Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. West Santa Clara, and everyone who really cares about what's going on the south side of town. This is the West Side Story. I'm your host, John Casey. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel to grow. Also, comments really are welcome. If you think something's inappropriate or appropriate, please let me know. That makes my life a little better. Thank you. A couple of items to report on this week. The first one is that the school at St. Lawrence the Martyr over there at St. Lawrence and the Lawrence Expressway, or Cabrillo, depending on which way you go, is going to be closed. At the end of this school year, the diocese has made the decision to shut it down. 65 years they had an education center there, and now it's gone. The high school's empty, the junior high's empty, and now the school will be closing. It's kind of a sad day. The founding pastor, Father Victor Wilkemeyer, was very, very proud of the fact that he could build all those things. And the neighborhood's changed. There's just not the demand there once was. Even the public schools are having a bit of a problem keeping the enrollments up. Anyway, sad news. Driving down Kylie the other day, it looks like they finally started the refresh of the entrance to Central Park. It's kind of past due, and it hopefully will kind of unify going into Central Park so it'll make it more of an experience. And of course you'll see all kinds of construction barricades down there. At the moment they're not affecting the roadway, and I don't think they will, but just keep an eye out for it. And this one is kind of, I'm glad they got him, but it makes me a little nervous. During the Super Bowl, a number of agencies had decided they were going to go after human traffickers. People who engage in that kind of activity know that when there's a big event, they have a very rich market. And that was not lost on the Santa Clara Police or the District Attorney or the County Sheriff or the Highway Patrol or the federal government. So a total of 29 arrests were made for human trafficking, and 73 victims were recovered. And as I say, it's great that you did that. I'm really proud of all the agencies involved. It's just kind of a shame there was that many to get, and you have to kind of wonder how many got away. So that's kind of a good news, bad news. On the bright side of things, Senator Patrick Ahern, who represents this area, is having a Tacos and Taxes meeting on the 28th from 10:30 to 2:30 at the Sunnyvale Public Library. The idea here is that there are tacos provided. Not quite sure how they're going to do that, but there are going to be tacos provided. But the real deal is that you can get help with your taxes, and it's free. So if you're feeling like you just don't feel like dealing with the taxes, or it's too complex, which it unfortunately can be, then you can go see those folks and eat a few tacos too. Another good thing that local government is doing, Valley Transit Authority, because of the cold snap, is giving free rides to anybody who wants to go to a warming center. There's a couple in Santa Clara, and there's some in San Jose. They're all over the area. If you're stuck out in the cold, here's your chance to get a free ride to a place where you can warm up. Moving on to the crime report, on the 10th over at Alpine and the El Camino we had a burglary. On the 11th over on Bing Drive we had a gentleman arrested for 3 charges. On the 13th at Homestead and Pepper Tree we had a gentleman arrested for driving without a license and no registration, except that person was released. On the 14th, Valentine's Day, the city recovered a stolen vehicle northbound on the Lawrence Expressway just north of Cabrillo. On the 14th also at Homestead and Kylie, we had an arrest for a person who had 4 failure to appears, all felonies, and 2 PCRS violations. That's a bad Jose, and I'm glad they got him out of here. On the 15th, over at the Chase Bank on the El Camino, we had an arrest for failure to appear. And then On the 16th, at the restaurant that used to be Vesuvio's over on the El Camino, almost Alpine, there was, again, 4 failures to appear and 2 PCRS violations. PCRS violation is basically the governing agency, be it the county or the state, says, okay, look, you got a problem, but we're going to let you out pre-trial, but you got to behave yourself. And getting stopped, or actually not getting stopped, but getting arrested by any form of law enforcement violates your conditions, and you go to jail and you stay there. I think it's a good common sense approach. They wanted to get so many people out of the jail pre-trial. I understand that. And I also believe, though, that if you're given that free pass and you don't use it properly, then you should go back to jail. I'm sorry, that's how I feel. Anyway, that's it for this week. Look forward to seeing you again next week. And again, please like and subscribe. It really does help. Thank you.